Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bronze Grade Podcast, where we talk about anything gaming related and then we give our unsolicited opinions. This is episode 49, and I'm joined today by Lawrence and Jackie. Oh my god, it's been a while, Jackie. What have
It's
you been
only
up
been a
to?
week.
Yeah, it's been a while. No, it's been
Um,
technically two, because the one week we were sick and we didn't do anything.
yeah, yeah.
So you know,
Wait, has it been
Yeah, it's been two
2 weeks
weeks.
or one
it's
week?
been
Oh,
two
Yeah,
okay,
weeks.
okay.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
So no, like family, man. I gotta spend some time with family. That's
that's
pretty
some
much it.
that's some bullshit.
And then I got like food poisoning sick last week. I think you guys know about that from eating what I think is a bowl of noodles. Yep.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yep.
I don't think a bowl of noodles can go bad.
No, no, no. This is what I think. This is Do you want me to talk about it? Do you want to hear my theory as to why I got sick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure, we're
So
here.
okay, yeah. So I ate a bowl of noodles, and then after eating the bowl of noodles, that particular place of that we went to, it's essentially they give you like a bowl of soup and you pour the noodles in there. So I got an extra noodle, um, and I ate a little bit of it. I didn't pour the whole thing in there. I just took a couple strands of noodles, dipped into the hot soup, and then just ate it. And then afterwards, I felt a little full, so I packed up the soup and the noodles. And keep in mind, the noodles were separated. And then I just took it home, and then the next day I ate it for lunch. And then right after eating it for lunch, within 20 minutes, I started throwing up and getting stomach cramps. Now, I'm no I'm no stomach doctor, but I can kind of figure out what happened there. So, um I think the bowl of noodles, because I didn't actually dump it in the hot soup, and I just left it in its container. It probably what was it probably got contaminated, because it's very starchy and bacteria grows really quickly on on substances like that. Because with pasta, so for example, this is true. If you cook pasta, right, and you just like leave it on a dish or something like that, and I'm just talking about just pasta, and you just leave it, a lot of bacteria actually grows on it. Even if you put it in the refrigerator, it doesn't matter. Because what's making you sick is not actually the bacteria. It's the stuff that the bacteria produces. It's the toxins that the bacteria produces. So even if you're reheating the pasta and then dumping it in pasta sauce the next day, hot pasta sauce, it doesn't matter because you're still ingesting the toxins. Whereas if you actually put the pasta into the hot sauce before refrigerating it, then chances of getting food poisoning is a lot less. So that's why I think if I actually dumped the noodles into the hot soup and then packed it together, then I wouldn't have gotten food poisoning. But I didn't want to eat soggy noodles the next day, so that's why I kept it separate, which I don't think I'll do again for starchy substances. Yep,
So
that
I
that
I
that's my
didn't
theory.
I actually didn't hear about this until relatively recently that
Yeah.
that happens with rice too, right? Because it's
Hmm.
pretty starchy. But like I feel like I leave rice out all the time. Like not like
Yeah.
for days on end, but like I would leave it out for like a couple hours as like a
Yeah, no,
thing.
well, no, no, no. So with rice, right? I feel like it's harder to contaminate rice though, because
I don't know. Like apparently it's a thing there too. Like it still
it
happens
is.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it depends on how you treat the rice after cooking it, because usually I think it happens less with Asians and rice because we use rice cookers, and then the rice cooker itself inside is relatively clean. And so yeah, like I mean you're just essentially you're just like taking it out from the rice cooker directly into a container into the fridge. And it's not touching anything. I don't know. I just feel like noodles, because they're like longer strands of stuff, there's more surface area for it to get contaminated, or I don't know, or it could be the starch type. I don't know, but like for sure, that's I'm pretty confident that's what happened, because it was literally 20 minutes and I got the stomach cramps. And typically, if it's like an infection type of food poisoning, you typically won't get the stomach cramps. It's the toxins that are causing a mixed reaction in my stomach, which led to me throwing up. I didn't get a fever or anything like that, so that's what makes me think it's totally, you know, toxins within the noodles that made me sick. So I was kind of like out of it for the whole night. Yep.
I mean, you were just out for basically a night, right? Like a evening.
Well,
Right.
no, the morning I still felt like shit, but I just kind of
Mhm.
toughed it out, and then it wasn't until the afternoon that I actually felt a little bit more normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
And
To
then
me,
I
it sounds
think,
like you
uh-huh.
just had an upset stomach. It's not food poisoning.
Well, upset
Well,
stomach
he threw
technically
up
is
though.
food
Then
poisoning. Yeah.
I would say it's a little bit different.
No,
I
I
threw
only say that
everything up.
because like
Mhm.
I've seen people with food poisoning, and it's fucking rough. Like you're at the hospital, you're getting your stomach pumped.
No,
Like you're
no.
just
Food
like,
poisoning. That's if you have an active infection in the stomach. But I'm just
okay, but
talking
like,
about.
but what I'm saying is that like it just sounds like you had an upset stomach because I eat pasta
Well, I
left
mean,
out all the
no, no,
fucking
no,
time,
no, no, no.
all the time.
No, 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 no. But
It
like,
sounds
do
like you
you?
have
But
a,
no. But
a
do you
wussy
put the
stomach.
pasta? Do you put the pasta in the sauce, or do you separate the
No,
pasta and then
I
put it in the
have
sauce?
literally cooked pasta, left it on the
Mm-hmm.
table, put it in the
Mm-hmm.
fridge, ate it 2 days
Mm-hmm.
later, and I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm good.
No, but like I'm talking plain pasta, because I'm not
Yes,
talking about pasta
plain
submerged in
pasta. I
sauce.
don't
How do
put
you
it in
wait? How the
sauce.
hell do you?
Well,
How the hell do you eat plain pasta? That's disgusting.
No, I put sauce on it
well,
after. I don't put it with the
yeah, sort of
sauce.
like
Oh,
what you
okay,
did with the
Yeah,
soup. Same thing.
okay.
But like,
yeah.
Yeah. Well.
I'll be fair. I'll be fair
Yeah.
with this. Like even same thing with the rice and whatever. It doesn't hit everyone equally, right? Like sometimes
Yeah.
like you're okay, and then there's just that one time where you just get
Yep.
hit really hard,
I
right?
mean,
So
I've
it is what
done
it
I've
is.
done I've done pasta like just left out too, and I'm fine with that. Like I've tried that, but having experienced what I've experienced last time, I'm not gonna do it again.
I
If
don't
I'm
know.
gonna cook pasta, I'm just gonna
I've
submerge it in sauce before I store it.
I've never thrown up from food in that sense. I don't know. I've never.
You've never thrown up from food before?
Not like, well, if I overeat, yeah, but not like eating something bad. And I'm like, oh, there. Like it's never happened. Again, not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm sure it does. But for me, I don't know. I think I just eat a lot of like, when I was younger, I just ate a lot of shit food. It's just, you know,
You built up
like,
that tolerance.
yeah, exactly. So
Probably.
I don't know. Anyways, how are you, Lawrence?
Let's talk about games.
What have you been doing
I
this
I
week?
I didn't throw up these 2 weeks, so
Oh,
I am
that's
still okay.
crazy. Actually, just a quick topic on throwing up. Even when I've been really sick, how some people get really sick and then they throw up and stuff, due to whatever. I don't think I've ever done that. I think the only time I've probably thrown up is just from like too much alcohol consumption. I mean, that's pretty much it. And then the weird, like, you smell something that's like rancid, kind of gets to you or whatever, right? Um, but no, that's pretty funny. This week I feel better. I think my
Good.
voice is
Good.
a little better.
Mhm.
It's still kind of, I don't know. I think it's the weather. It's real dry. At least the inside, it is really cold, and I don't know. My heat's blasting, so everywhere feels just like dry as hell. I want to freeze to death. But yeah, let's see what's going on this week. Found some really cool, interesting stuff I want to talk about. I kind of mentioned this very briefly during the week with that VR mod for Cyberpunk. Essentially, this creator, Luke Ross is his name.
Yep.
He created a VR mod or whatever for a bunch of games. Actually, he did it for like Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 5, like all that kind of stuff. And he has a Patreon where he tells people to subscribe. Then you get the link. You can download it. You can unsubscribe, but then you won't ever get any updates to it. So recently, CDPR, which is CD Projekt Red, DMC'd his VR mod. And they actually gave him a choice. They actually said, "Hey, listen, man, it's very cool that you have all this, blah blah blah. We just want you to make it free. We don't care if you take donations, but make it free because realistically, it's like a subscription based model at this point that he's like earning money, right? Like I've researched a bit, and apparently in 2022 he made 20K a month from that, and then that's insane. Just a month. So his response was, "Well, no, it's in my right, blah blah blah, etc. etc." Um, really funny because he essentially replied to Jan Rosner, which is the VP of Business Development at CDPR. And I quote, he goes, "Thank you, Jan. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you're within your rights in demanding that my software needs to be free. It is not a derivative work or fan content. It supports a large number of games which were built upon different engines, and it contains absolutely zero code or assets from your IP. Saying that it infringes your IP rights is equivalent to maintaining, for example, that Rivatuner violates game publishers' copyrights because it intercepts the images the game is drawing on the screen and it processes them in order to overlay statistics. Then the community finds that Rivatuner is free and it offers universal support to games that rarely need any patch and all that stuff." So pretty much the guy's saying bullshit, right? After the DMCA from CDPR, Ghostrunner devs, the Ghostrunner publisher DMCA'd his mod for Ghostrunner. And then now he's all like pissy and bitchy about it and like kind of writing on Twitter. And no one, and this crazy thing is no one's on his side. Usually people, when they see this stuff, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's the modders. You know, you got to keep the mod scene alive." Everyone here's just like, "Yo, you sound like a little bitch." Literally. And I'm like, you do. He does sound like a little bitch. He's like, "Boo-hoo. I can't make fucking 50K a month now. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit?" I don't know if you guys like saw that and all that, but like, what are your thoughts? Like, I don't know who wants to start, but Jackie, Lawrence.
Yeah,
Whatever.
so I didn't notice that until you brought it up, and I did a little bit of reading on that. I think I'm not. Is that mod that he created? It's a mod specific for that game, right? It's not an app that creates like a VR mod for other games.
I think from what it looks like, it's one big program that can be used for a cyberpunk kind of mod.
Yeah, like from what I understand, it's sort of like it takes certain games and then I think he custom rewrites certain things or like modules, something like that, to make sure it runs for specific games, right? So he does do specific work to make the games work.
Yeah. So I mean, it's hard to say because he did put the work in for it, but I kind of understand if I was in CD Projekt Red's position, I would be like, I probably would have told them the same thing, right? Make it donation or take it down, because you're essentially making money off of somebody else's game, even though you're not using the code or anything like that. That's just how I feel, and I do think if he goes with donations, he's still going to make a good amount of money. If I'm using his stuff, and I enjoy it, I'll definitely donate as well.
Nah, dude, no. Like he will make some money, but it's not going to be like 20K a month money. Nowhere near.
Be like
that,
okay.
It's like, hey, WinRAR, you can donate to WinRAR. You can buy WinRAR. It's like no one does it. It's going to be the same thing.
Is WinRAR free?
Yeah.
Like it's practically free.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I just
Did you buy WinRAR? I would believe you if you said you did.
No, I just use. I don't think I did, but I use Windows natively to unzip and zip because I just double click on it. Yeah.
And more recently, like Windows has been better with zipping files, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so what's the use of WinRAR?
WinRAR just supports a little bit more variety of compression. Yeah, it's like 7-zip also, but WinRAR is the one I've always used.
Okay. I think like in modern times, it's kind of obsolete, right? Zipping files because it's so easy to transfer shit.
And still a lot of people zip stuff, so definitely still used.
Okay. Because like I mean, internet is so fast. You can just like send whatever the hell you want, or you can just put it on your Google Drive and just let people download like stuff.
Yeah, not
Or
everyone's
just put it on
internet's
some cloud.
not everyone's internet's fast as yours. All right.
No, everybody's internet is pretty no. Like modern internet is really fast. Like you can download like a movie in like 2 seconds. Any modern
Sometimes
internet.
you want to zip things to archive. Sometimes you
Uh-huh.
want to send a single file instead of a link with a bunch of files. It's just convenient sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. But
But yeah,
anyways,
like
yeah. Back to this guy. I think, I would have to side with CDPR's views
DMCA?
Stance on it,
because
I guess.
yeah,
Mm.
because I think like I wouldn't mind if he takes donations at all. But making it like a subscription service is, unless you're giving me a cut of it because it's my game, is not optional,
Mm-hmm. What were you, Lawrence?
right?
What do you think? Oh,
And
yeah, go
well,
ahead.
I want to add one more thing. And if legally, this was sound, then then he would have just brought it to court and fought it, right? But like, I don't think he's doing that.
I think he is or something. I don't know. I remember reading something that he's gonna like do something about it, but I don't think he has like a real like shot at anything because like from what I was reading, people were saying that CD Projekt Red was just more annoyed or where the infringement truly comes from is that he pretty much used their assets for the advertisement for the VR. So he pretty much used every Cyberpunk like asset or whatever he had, and he used that to advertise his mod and into the subscription, into the paywall kind of thing, which I believe goes against like whatever their modding kind of like
Yeah.
licensing is. So that's why they're like, well, okay, that's why they were nice enough to be like, hey, listen, if you make this free, like we're not going to do anything kind of thing, right? Like take the donations, whatever, but make it free. And then when he kind of responded with that bullshit, they're like, okay, well, DMCA this bitch kind of thing, right? That's what I kind of read. I don't know how true it is.
Does it look nice like when you're playing it in VR? Have you saw screenshots?
So, well, when you see a screenshot, you're not going to be able to tell a difference from the actual game or not. But like, I've always heard that the Luke Ross VR overlay or whatever the mod isn't quite good enough. I heard a lot of people actually get really sick from using it, and also like it's very taxing on the systems. This goes from way back, like when I was actually pretty into VR games, and that was a problem since way back.
Sure.
I think for me, the thing that's comparable to the situation is the couple years back there was a Prey Dog mod for the Unreal Engine, where it's just universal and across Unreal Engine, and that thing's free. Like that's just on a GitHub, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And then this guy's over here charging money for a subscription and advertising the specific games that you're doing. And I'm like, dude. And like, of course, the games to cover are probably pretty different because a lot of these games are not in Unreal, but it's still like you're pretty much going for the same type of thing, making 2D games into flat screen games into VR, and then this guy's just doing that, and I feel like it's just asking for trouble.
So funny thing you mentioned GitHub. Originally, he actually had, I don't know which mod it was, but there was, I think it's a GTA 5 or the Red Dead Redemption one. Excuse me. But it was actually originally on GitHub, and no one cared. None of the companies cared. It generated downloads and whatever, but I think this is where I guess quote unquote human nature comes in. This guy wanted to make money, so he moved to Patreon. That's when he started getting the big bucks. And when you do something like that, companies see it, right? I mean, companies aren't blind, right? No matter what kind of company it is, they see all this shit, right? So the other thing that you mentioned, Jackie, that you said if it was a good VR. So I was reading some of the comments, and some people actually said it was garbage. Kind of like what Lauren said. It made them feel like queasy, like it just didn't look good. Like it wasn't kind of like something you would see as like if you're playing a legitimate VR game kind of thing. So even a lot of people were kind of like, it's cool, but it's garbage. So to be paying that much for like something that quote unquote isn't the greatest, kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth at least, right? But overall, like I think so. I think if he never opened his mouth and started talking his fucking like stupid shit, I think it would have just been fine. I don't think he would have been in as much trouble. And I feel like the not society, but like people would have been more on his side. They're like, yeah, go modders, like we need mods in our games, if Luke Ross didn't fucking spill his garbage and then everyone started like looking him up and stuff. I feel like it would have been a better play for him, but instead he decides to, talk shit, and that's when everyone finds out RiverTune is free, dumbass. Like, what are you talking about? And then everyone else. I don't know if I told this part, but not hackers, but a lot of people ended up pirating his stuff and just putting it out there anyways, just to spite him, right? Just so no one, you don't have to subscribe, just download it for free, which I find hilarious. But overall, I don't know. I just think it's should have just shut the fuck up and it would have been fine. You know what I mean?
Well, I think I agree. It's just I'm also imagining from his side. It's like that's been his living for the past like 2-3 years, and then suddenly this comes down and suddenly basically, shuts down a chunk of his income. So I can see the problem, but yeah, he's not. I feel like he's not legally in the right, so he should have expected some of this stuff to come down.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's been part of your living and you're making good money from it. And you don't want that to go away, no problem. But at the same time, like,
yeah,
it feels like he just let his ego get ahead of him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Should
have just like calm down, think about what he could do, and then go from there instead of tweeting out that stupid shit I read.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that just literally just backfired on him. I think literally after he tweeted it out, everyone tweeted back at him and said, RiverTuner's freeware. And then everyone's like just clowning on him. And again, I'm not discounting his years of work or whatever or whatever amount of work it takes for him to make a subpar VR mod, according to people. But I just feel like charging a quote unquote monthly subscription is ridiculous. You're not Nintendo. You're not part of the, you're not like PS Plus or Xbox Game Pass. You're not making something like so tangible and amazing that I would feel like I need to pay $29.99 for. I don't know the cost honestly, but I'm just throwing out a number. I would have just taken donations. I don't know. I would have just been like, hey guys, like this is my hard work and my job sucks, so if any donations would be great. You know what I mean? I don't know. Guy's fucking weird. I hate people like that.
Jackie, I'm curious. Would you be interested in trying Red Dead 2 in VR?
No. I don't think Red Dead is I don't think right now any open world game is going to have a good VR experience. I just don't think that's possible. Because I feel like if it's like, let's say a driving game, yeah, I think the VR experience will be pretty good. If it's like a flying game, VR experience is going to be really good. But walking around, I mean, the Hitman VR movement, experience, right? Was the Hitman VR experience for me was not good at all. I tried it for like 3 minutes on my PlayStation. Didn't like it. And then yeah, and then what else did I do? Oh, the only game that I liked, I forgot which one it was. It was the one where you're the girl and you're shooting aliens. Alex, is that what it's called?
Oh, Half-Life Alex.
Yeah. Oh, Half-Life, so that one. So out of all kind of like running around type VR games, that's the best one I've played. That's the best experience I've played. Every other VR game that I've played, if it's like, walking around doing shit or shooting shit, no good. It either makes me super dizzy, or like the movements and the tracking is like really off. Even on the PlayStation 5, and the PSVR 2 is supposed to have spectacular tracking and eye tracking as well. It's still not that good. But I tried like Kayak was really fun on PS5. It was very accurate. Movement was really good. GT7, I actually tried that for like 5 minutes. It was spectacular. Yeah, like the sit down, type of games. Really
I'm
good.
guessing anything that's like in a cockpit or like in a vehicle where you're not actually walking, your character's not walking around.
Yeah, the VR experience is just not good. So I can't even imagine playing, like riding a horse in Red Dead Redemption. That's gonna make you throw up, man.
Oh hell yeah! I would love to see you do that. No, so the thing is, like, Red Dead 2 is not. It doesn't have first person mode, right? It's third person
only. I think it does. When you're riding a horse, at least it does.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the PC version, I forgot if the PlayStation has a first-person view.
Because I know it was a big thing when GTA and GTA 5 went on PC, and then they introduced a first-person mode there. I remember that, so I can see that being all right.
Well, I didn't like playing GT5 in first-person mode at all, though.
I don't think it's designed with that in mind. It's just a cool add-on, right? That's just another view mode.
Yeah.
But I would agree, like, it's not built as a first-person game.
Yeah,
so.
No, for Red Dead, there's no first-person mode, but there's only first-person mode if you're riding a horse.
Sure.
I remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think. I just no. I don't think the open world games are gonna work. I mean, if Mech Warriors had a VR like native VR, I think that would be awesome. Yeah, you guys just gotta be sitting down and operating.
Should look up if the new Mech Warrior games, Mech Warrior 5, Vengeance or whatever, if those are in Unreal Engine. Maybe that Prey Dog mod can work.
No, I want it to be native. Like it needs to be native VR. I want the real thing.
So the thing is, like, that mod works because Unreal Engine has basically built-in VR capability on board. So a lot of the controls you can actually activate in the game. Yeah. So that's why that mod works a lot of times, specifically for Unreal Engine. That's why I think it could work fairly okay, as long as it's one of those games that it's compatible with.
Maybe I'll try it out. You know what? I'm surprised they didn't put any VR. Maybe we'll talk about this later, but like I'm surprised they didn't put any VR in Forza 6. At least they didn't mention anything about VR in Forza 6.
Well, the thing is, like, I feel like Microsoft isn't really invested in VR, right? Compared to like PlayStation, or like for the gaming division at least, like compared to PlayStation, right? So I'm not really surprised, right?
Yeah, I don't mean they have much VR stuff, and who knows, they might actually have it in. You just don't know, because they haven't really announced like everything that's part of Forza 6, right? But yeah, just quickly going back to the topic real quick. I was reading Reddit and stuff, and I feel like reading Reddit's hilarious because everyone thinks they're like the most knowledgeable person on earth, and no one else exists but them, and everyone else is like stupid. But one of the comments were like, "Oh, this is ridiculous! Like, you should look at Assetto Corsa. There's so many paid mods for it." And I'm thinking, like, I think that's because Assetto Corsa allows them to make money off those mods. Like, they actually said that's cool. Like, do whatever you want.
Yeah, like what? like that's kind of, well, it's just the product's different. Like, I feel like Assetto Corsa is specifically geared towards people just making their own shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then for you to be like, well, it's the same. It's not really the same. Like,
it's more like, if the company lets you do it, that's fine. But it's also in their right to say, no, you can't do this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm sure there's things where they might have released, or again, I don't know exactly how Assetto Corsa, like, they have some big modders and modding communities, and they have like smaller ones or whatever, but like, I don't know how they get their stuff approved, or even if they get it approved, right? Maybe they actually show the devs like, hey, this is what we're doing. Are you cool? And if they go, no, that's like horrible. And then they're like, oh, okay, I guess we aren't doing it, or whatever. And again, I don't know what's what, obviously, as I'm not part of the modding team or whatever. But I feel like, yeah, if the company gives you permission, they're cool with whatever. Like, that's an entirely different thing than a company literally going like, hey, man, make it free or else, kind of thing, right? And this guy just goes like, oh, okay, yeah, let's just fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, again, I don't think every game needs to be VR'd, which I find it kind of weird. Because I think his library has like GTA 5, like you guys were talking about, like Red Dead Redemption 2, like you guys were talking about, and like you were saying, I don't think VR works really well with any of those games. I don't think it even works well with Cyberpunk. Honestly, it just sounds like a headache and a half.
Well, it makes sense in terms of like those are the biggest games on the market. Like if you want to, as he is doing, like if you want to make the most amount of money from your mod, you hit up the biggest games, right? Like regardless of whether or not it's gonna be a good fit.
Yeah, and that's fair, but like as a aspiring developer, wouldn't you want to make good shit? You know what I mean? Like not make subpar garbage and then like be like, yeah, this is so cool. Like it's VR in GTA 5, guys. Like it's the greatest thing ever. Like, man, if it looks like garbage, I don't want to play it. Like Jackie said, if you're on a horse in Red Dead Redemption and your fucking thing is bouncing, yeah, like you're gonna throw up probably. You know what I mean?
That's just realism. Jackie, have you been on a horse before?
Hell yeah. I didn't throw up, but my dick hurt afterwards.
Yeah, you're riding around then, obviously.
I think I was, because like my dick hurt like quite a bit, and I had problems peeing for the next like couple of hours.
That's ridiculous. I think you just wrote it wrong, or you were doing something else.
No, I think I wrote it wrong. Because it was just like constant. It wasn't comfortable, and then yeah, I just remember my dick hurting.
That's nice to know. I'll make sure whenever there's a chance for me to ride a horse, this topic will come up, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta remember to ride it properly, or else.
No, I think you're not supposed to be like sitting down completely, because you're supposed to be kind of like standing on. Yeah,
I wouldn't know.
My instructor at that time didn't tell me, and just let me do my thing, and then yeah, I didn't like it.
Wild. Anyways, let me move on here. So Jackie, I know you've in the past you said you love games that have like a robust world, things that interact with you, custom voice lines for like all that kind of stuff, right? So I don't know if you heard about this, but you heard of Fable. Have you heard of Fable? No?
See, I knew it.
That's
I told
weird.
you. He's not going to know what Fable is.
So weird. Okay, so Fable is man, how do we not
Hold on. Is this a free to play game?
No.
Because if it's a free to play game, we're ending the conversation right here.
So in the new it's not a rework, right? It's actually a new Fable game.
It's a new game. It's a new Fable game. Yeah.
So in a new Fable game, the developers have crafted 1,000 NPCs that all have different scripts, responses, and all that kind of stuff into the game, and you can do whatever. Like they will remember you stealing, they will remember you attacking stuff. You can marry them all if you want. Apparently, you can have children with all of them. They'll remember all of that, and I thought this was a game for you, Jackie, because you love robust kind of like cities and stuff.
So, Dixon, I don't know if you have any more to add, but I was gonna say, do you remember the original Fable?
I remember it vaguely. I don't remember I think I played it, but I never got too into it. From what
when is this game coming out? When is this game coming out?
Is it this year? It might be later this year.
It's probably this year.
I think it might be this year, next year.
Okay, well, if it's really that spectacular, I will play it.
So, original Fable, I don't know if you remember, I believe it was Peter Molyneux. It was the lead dev? Or he just seemed like a really big hype guy, hype man for his games.
Hype man.
And he did the craziest pitches for these games and like overpromised. And honestly, whatever you told me just now, I would believe if he said that was in the original Fable.
So, yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. Fable just has a weird history because of stuff like that, where it's like, oh, promise the moon and then deliver fairly standard game.
So there is a little excerpt that I'm going to read out. It's from the playground chief. His name's Ralph Fulton. And he pretty much says, and I quote, "There's 1,000 of them in the game. You can go and speak to every single one of them in fully voiced conversations. You can marry. It'll be a bit of work, but you can marry them all. You can have kids with them. You can hire them. You can fire them. They're just great fun. And also, they act as this sort of Greek chorus, if you like, reflecting your choices and your morality back to you. So as you walk around, there's classic fable, isn't? That's classic fable, isn't it? People catcalling you in the streets, telling you what you think of you. It's a brilliant thing in our game as well, but it's a great way of tracking how popular your decisions have been and your choices have been. Now, mind you, yes, grain of salt here. But I feel like if this is something they actually have coded and actually done in the game, considering how long, Fable's been kind of out of the picture for, I don't know how long they've been working on it. I think it'll be pretty cool.
Nah, Dixon, you don't understand. This is basically what they said for the original game, and what happened is basically as you walk around, everyone's just like, "Oh, look, it's the Chicken Chaser," and then that's kind of the thing until you change your title, and then it's like, "Oh, now you're like a roguish thief or whatever," right? The Chicken Chaser is like the default one. That's why that's the one that everyone knows. It's like, "Oh, you're just known as Chicken Chaser." Everyone just calls you that. It's like, "Wow, you're really well known as the Chicken Chaser."
The Chicken
like,
Chaser.
Dude, that makes no fucking sense. And then there's like, again, my time in the original is very much like, oh, people just know you by your like karma level, right? Like you have like a positive or demonic bent, and then people will remark on that. So a lot of this just sounds like that, but maybe a little bit more fleshed out.
Unless if they incorporated like a lot of AI in the game.
Yeah, look, I'm expecting that because this would be probably a Microsoft-backed venture.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I think at this point, a lot because of the amount of dialogue and stuff. Literally, the thing I was thinking
it
is
might
like,
be
oh,
possible.
It
might be possible because I've seen people like make game demos with NPCs being controlled by AI, and then you can interact with them the way that you just described. It was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Dixon, just curious. Can you look at Playground Games, like the devs? Can you see what their other games are? I don't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Forza.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'm like, I think these guys are the Forza guys.
Forza 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Fable better have ray tracing.
I'm sure it will. But
I think Microsoft's putting a lot of money behind this. I think it might be going for.
I've never even heard of it until you brought it up. I just looked it up.
Oh, Fable is pretty big for its time.
Yeah, Fable's pretty big for its time. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but I was going to say,
Fable had 3 games.
Mm-hmm. But I was going to say, like what we've kind of just said, like, is this a game that would interest you, Jackie? Is this something that you would be like, holy shit,
so
I want to do this?
If it no. So if it has, all of my bare minimal criteria of dynamic weather, like real weather, if it has like
day-night cycle,
then
ray tracing.
Ray tracing. If it allows me to kind of build my own house and kind of customize it, totally.
I believe
you can bang 1,000 NPCs, man.
Yep, and that. Wait, can you kill any NPC?
Probably.
I don't remember.
I don't think you can do that. Yeah, I don't think you can do that in the original, but
like,
who knows?
I know you could like buy property and around different towns and stuff.
Yeah. So I because I like games with a little survival aspect to it too, right? So
I just keep thinking about the original game now, dude. The economy is so easy to fuck up. Literally, you go up to a merchant, buy all of his like say apples, to jack up the market price, and then you sell it back to him at the elevated price. It's just infinite money glitch at just a single vendor. It's so funny.
Okay.
This game is easy.
Hope that doesn't happen with the new game. But it sounds good. Like I'll definitely play it. This sounds like my type of game.
Fantasy game? Like it's sort of a high fantasy magic game.
It's like medieval, right? Medieval-ish.
Yeah, it's magic.
It's magic.
Okay.
Medieval.
No, I like that type of stuff.
I think 2 and 3 had pistols. So it might be fantasy with steampunk.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally.
So quickly, just touching on Jackie's favorite real weather effects kind of thing. I was watching, I think in Battlefield 6, I don't know if it's right now or they're releasing a new map. It's like a winter map, and they released kind of what happens if you're out like with no cover. So pretty much what ends up happening is your gun starts freezing, your hands start shaking, your vision actually starts blurring if you keep staying out. And that just kind of reminded me of like, that's actually pretty cool. Like, that's actually a very realistic like weather effect, where if you stay out in the cold, you start, losing, your consciousness and all that, and you won't be able to shoot your gun. But I feel like that in like an action RPG or action kind of game, that's kind of tedious, honestly. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I feel like,
no,
I feel like that's more suitable for like a survival game, right? Like that's really cool. Yeah, but I don't know, for action game, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely not really suitable for like an action game where like you're telling me like every, if I take step into like the desert, I'm gonna start sweating profusely and losing my water count or whatever, and then the weather changes to like rain and I start getting cold and damp and I get sick. Oh man, that's really annoying. I don't want to deal with that shit.
So I think that really depends on how they do with the map, though, because what they can do with that sort of tech is to really funnel people into very concentrated areas. Like you can run across different zones, but you really want to be indoors generally, right? So I can see that working out in a gameplay sense. It's just, if the map's not good, then I think that's just more pain in the butt than actual good design.
Yeah, that to me is not. That's just not very. That's not very Battlefield-esque.
Yeah. Yes.
No, what's happening?
I don't think that's a good idea.
What I was gonna say is Fable is slotted to release in autumn of 2026, so this year.
It's gonna be delayed.
Okay.
I think they've been delaying it for years.
Well, the thing is, like, this game's been on and off for years, so yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, it's more that I feel like Microsoft really needs to push big games out aside from like Call of Duty. Like, I feel like their studios have been doing a little bit better recently, but it's still, their track record isn't great. So I think Fable needs to come out.
Yeah, I think so too. I guess we'll see when it comes out. We'll see how Jackie feels about it, and then he can let us know how great it is or not.
It's probably going to be on Game Pass, so you'll be.
It probably will be on Game Pass. Yeah, it probably will. So moving on here, this was kind of interesting. When I saw this is really more. No, this is kind of for all of us. So they did a survey of people in Japan, and they found out that 10.5% of Japanese people in their 20s reported that they overspent on in-game purchases to the point of financial struggle, which is actually a bonus, as last year it was actually 18.8%. And the average monthly spend was like 32 USD, and upwards, obviously. So, so this kind of leads me to the question: is like, man, like, how much are these people spending on essentially cosmetics? I think they mentioned it was like gacha games, cosmetics, skins, video games themselves, and whatever. But to the point of like financial struggle is kind of insane. Like I mean, I spent on skins and gacha and stuff, but I don't think I've ever gone to the point where like, oh man, I can't pay for bills this month. You know what I mean? And which is funny because I feel like in Japanese culture, I feel like that's they should have more discipline, right, in that kind of regard with their finances and stuff. I mean, maybe not the 20-year-olds, who knows? But
no. The problem is like, I feel like the Japanese culture is way into like limited edition and all the paraphernalia. Like you got all your anime nerds that's way into figurines and stuff.
Anime nerds.
No, it's like the Japanese culture is just so built on that stuff that you don't see in a lot of other cultures, right? Like a lot of the anime gaming culture is just way into those things. You don't see those, in North America nearly as much, right? Like there's people who do that, but not the same level of proliferation, right?
I don't think it's only the I feel like all Asian cultures are kind of very into this, like the Chinese,
it
the
is,
Koreans,
but like
and the Japanese.
It is, but I feel like maybe because the Japanese culture has a lot of like the anime and gaming stuff from there, that's where you see a lot of that stuff, right? Again, like anime figures is just so common, right?
Yeah,
you can have anime, that's more than a decade old at this point, and they're still pumping out figures, and people still buy them. Right, so I can see this specifically for Japanese people. Like, it's just a thing. Again, it could be across like Asia in general, but we don't have survey for those areas. Right?
No.
Yeah.
Do you think it's more of like a FOMO thing? Like, you're playing like a game or whatever, or you're watching an anime, and something pops up, and you're like, "Whoa, that's really cool. I need it." Like, do you feel like that's more like a FOMO, or they're just oh man, I want it because I like the IP, or in gacha terms, I want the skin or whatever, right?
I think it's just a cultural thing. Yeah.
So you don't think they're just doing it so they don't miss out on like a limited edition
No,
I think they just appreciate good design.
Yeah.
Like I
don't know. Yeah.
No, it's just I think sometimes there's just a big collector culture over there, I feel like.
Yeah, and I would agree too. I mean, I feel like you guys know I have anime figures and whatever, but definitely not to the point of financial struggle where I'm getting it. And it's just an interesting read when I was going through it, because it just sounded like these people, whoever they surveyed, I mean, they're in their like 20s and 30s and whatever, and seeing that they're like financially struggling, but they'll pay $100 for like a skin on top of that.
I also don't know if it's because recent years the gacha ecosystem has really ramped up its pacing, or like more games are doing it, especially after Genshin really took off. I feel like now companies are really going for it, right? So maybe that's why it's getting worse, because there's more games, more gacha games, more expensive gacha games. So people are doing multiple games and doing gacha in multiple games. So maybe that's the problem, right? And the other thing is, like, I feel like Japanese were into gacha way before North America has been. Like, it's just been a thing in Asia for so much longer, right? I feel like people here haven't been exposed to it as much. That's why you see people now complaining about, or like when Genshin came out, have been complaining, oh, this is, gambling, whatever. I'm like, dude, this has been going on in Asia for like ages.
Yeah, and speaking of like the whole Genshin thing, like I remember reading, it's a little bit off topic, but I remember reading about how, so any game that comes out now, people will always refer the gacha system back to Genshin. And it's wild to me, because people will be like, oh my God, 2026 and there's no 50-50 guarantee after losing it, because Genshin has that, right? If you roll the 6-star, and I think Genshin does this, you lose the 50-50, your next one's guaranteed, right? So at least like the next time you hit, you spark or spook or whatever, you're gonna get that 6-star. Some games, like Arknights, don't have that. Your 50-50 is bullshit. It's there, but your next 6-star is not guaranteed, right? But now I feel like any gacha game or any type of game that has like a roll system, people were like, well, I can't believe this day and age there's no like Genshin style thing. I'm like, brother, have you played gacha games pre-Genshin? No one had a 50-50, never existed, technically. Like, pity never existed. You roll until you fucking get the unit. That was pretty much it. Dokkan, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan didn't have a 50-50. You just rolled. And it could take you forever to get one single fucking unit. Was it rated up? Yeah, there's a low percentage rated up. But you could literally roll the shittiest card ever, and you could roll it 10 times before you even roll the banner unit. And then you hear people going like, where's my 50-50 guarantee? Like, that's bullshit, man. Like, play some old gachas and then come back to me. but sorry, and going back to the topic at hand, do you think it also doesn't help that was it? I think a while back, was it the prime minister or something was talking about how she was gonna spend or whatever on FGO to get I think it was FGO, fake grand order.
Financial minister, right?
Yeah, the financial minister. Yeah, talking about how she was gonna spend like on FGO to get the unit or something ridiculous like that. Do you think that has like an impact on like?
No one that plays gacha cares enough about like a financial minister has to say. Like no one that plays gacha cares about the government has to say about gacha games.
Yeah, I think it's just a general interest of the culture. Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, but I know for yourself, Jackie, you're not 100% into the whole skins and cosmetic kind of deal. Yeah, you would just Jackie would play just the OC character. The OG.
But the thing is, the problem is Jackie does have FOMO though.
Well, Jackie's FOMO is completely different.
Of real world items.
Yeah, real world like collector's edition, like figures FOMO.
Yeah, and honestly, that's fair too, right? Yeah. Like I feel like there's some times where I feel like while I'm playing a gacha game, I'm like, man, I could be using this to have something like physically there instead of like a JPEG or whatever, right? So I do understand Jackie's point of view on cosmetics and stuff.
So I think for me, right, if it's a game that I find really interesting, and then if the collector's edition comes with like an actual physical thing, like I mean, I'm pretty big on those. Like Thor's hammer, right? Like I totally wanted it. The 007 gun, the golden gun, I want that, so I pre-ordered that. The monkey from that game, Wukong or whatever. Yeah, I wanted that. It's still in the box though.
Hold on. You pre-ordered 007?
Yeah, you did.
Didn't I tell you? Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
No, he did.
I wanted the golden gun. Yeah.
I waited too long.
So, and then like whenever there's like a physical item that I really want, I'll get it cuz it's it's an actual item that you can look at and you can feel and yeah.
Mhm. Did you
joy.
Did you guys hear about I think Anthem? No, is it?
Anthem's
Marathon. Marathon.
Oh,
right?
Marathon, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently the collector's edition, the physical collector's edition, comes with pretty cool stuff. It does not come with the game. How do you feel about that?
What?
Yeah, this is kind of off topic.
Then it's not a collector's edition. It's just like then it's like
collector's
a toy
pack. Yeah, collector's pack. It's I think they accompany your game experience.
I'm looking at it right now. It actually does look pretty cool.
It is. It looks cool, but it does not come with the game. And my point is, one of my point is that I also like collector's edition, but I feel like I would say in NA, I feel like collector's editions are essentially dying compared to like what in Asia countries could be coming out with, because I feel like example the Wukong, right? We'll use Wukong example. That wasn't like a North America pre-order, right? Like me and Jackie got it from Asia, and we had to pay customs and all that, and shipping and whatever. But you don't see that kind of stuff, I feel like, anymore in like North America collector's edition, if they even do a collector's editions. Like WoW just does digitals now almost, right? You see here Marathon does a cool thing but doesn't give you the fucking game. What's up with that? I just feel like there's nothing cool, right?
Here's another example of that is the Snake Eaters collector's edition. I don't know if you read about that, but the North American collector's edition is shit. But the Japanese collector's edition is like badass.
Yeah, I remember. Like even the figure looks like shit, right? Like
the one in North America. But the Japanese one looks like it's like literally like artist designed, high quality figure. So even if you're just like looking at the I don't even know why they didn't make it universal. I just don't understand that.
I feel like here in like North America, I feel like there's not as many people buying that stuff as it is in Japan. Like here's another big example. Remember when Monster Hunter was coming out? I think it was Monster Hunter. In Japan, they had the pre-order, and it was a bicycle, right? I think was that Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, that's crazy. No one's gonna buy that here. Like no one's gonna buy that here.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like I think that also attributes to like people overspending because they see all this cool shit, like Lawrence and yourself, Jack, you were saying, like it's just cool shit to buy. Right. I want a Monster Hunter themed bicycle. Will I ever use it? I don't know, maybe. But it's never gonna happen in NA because everyone here drives. Right. So I think there's that huge disconnect from like Japan and Asian countries to here. We just don't have enough things to collect, and no one wants to buy it. Everyone wants digital. I don't want digital, but
I don't want digital either. Yeah, I don't. If it's a collector's with a digital thing, I don't buy it. There's no way I'll buy it.
A lot of like the pre-order stuff for digital is like, hey, you get like a special wallpaper. I'm like, it's a JPEG. Nope. Like the fuck, that's like zero value to me. Like what the fuck? Oh, you get the soundtrack digital. I'm like, I can download this like separately. What the fuck, man?
No, it's like, what do you call those token things? Oh my god, that people trade for money.
Oh, bitcoins.
Yeah, no, not bitcoins. Like the like their images or digital.
Oh yeah, NFTs.
Like it's like
yep, kinda.
I still don't understand the value of NFTs. It's just whatever value it's assigned to them, right? Because it has no intrinsic value.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, look, as long as someone is willing to buy it, there's value, right?
I guess, but like if because I remember there was some collector's edition thing. I forgot which game it was. It gave you NFTs, and that was just dumb.
Oh, was that like a Ubisoft game? Was that like
I forgot what it was. Like I just remember reading about it. And I was like, "This is stupid." Like
there was an Ugliest Sin mask that they're like, "Hey, this is an NFT. We can sell. There are only 100 people will get it." I'm like, that mask is like fucking dog shit.
Yeah,
like
seriously, disgusting. Any final thoughts on the whole I guess like overspending collectors thing?
Not surprised, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised at all either. I mean, I feel like the number here probably wouldn't, if they did a survey here, I probably feel like it wouldn't be as big, or maybe just as big. I don't know. I guess other people will be spending on other things like Funko Pops. You'll spend a lot of money on Funko Pops. I don't know.
Truly disgusting.
So a quick thing on my final part of my list here is the controversy with High Guard and pretty much the Game Awards. I think it's the big one. The infamous finale slot usually is saved for games that are going to be insane or whatever. And what was shown was High Guard. Now you might be wondering, what the fuck is High Guard? That's what I said when Lawrence told me about it, and I had to go Google it real quick. And I'm like, what the fuck is this weird shit? So what was it? You were saying it was the developers for Apex Legends, Titanfall, and all them, and they made like a new battle royale game. I think it's battle royale, right? I think it looks like
PvP with. I don't know. It just looks like another one of those
like PvE kind of deal. Yeah. So I thought it would be pretty cool. I mean, I thought it was a successor to both games or something, but I don't know. It kind of looks like dog water, honestly. Like you got cowboys riding a magical horse shooting flames or whatever that weird shit is. The gunplay feels like Doom for some reason. I don't know. That's what it looked like to me. And what everyone was saying is like, how did this get up there on the finale slot? And my answer is, I don't know. People think they paid for it.
No,
so a bribe or something, right?
What some people have been saying is that I think Jeff Keighley himself just said, "Yo, I love this game. This game looks rad. I'm just gonna give you this one for free. It's just a free promo." And some people are like, "Yo, I think you did this game like more damage than you actually advertised." Because literally, what people have been saying recently is more like, nothing has been talked about this game since that trailer. Like it's like dead silent up until this week,
right?
As it's about to launch, and people are like, "Yo, this game's like gonna get, it's basically DOA."
Yeah. And I mean, I don't doubt it. It doesn't look that good. I think Apex still looks better, and it's just funny because I actually was honestly expecting like GTA 6 or something on that finale slot. Like a crazy gameplay, like you know what I mean, like a crazy gameplay trailer, maybe like half of the first mission or something. Just so people can salivate for the release or something. But then this weird ass game shows up, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is this? Something you would play or no?"
Dude, I already have 1 to 2 to 3 free to play games that's occupying my time, and I still need to play Street Fighter. Like that's not gonna happen.
I don't think you
I have to be actually really interested to actually try it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't think you would play it, right, Jackie? Some shooter.
Nope.
I don't know if you saw the trailer yet.
No, not a game I'm particularly interested in.
Yeah, it was just a weird like announcement. I don't know. I literally heard nothing about it until you literally told me, like, "Hey Dixon, you heard of this game yet?" And I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
People are like saying already that it's going to be next Concord. I don't know if it's not going to be as aggressively poorly marketed, but I don't know. This just seems like it's getting sent out to die.
It does. Like you said, I don't think it did any favors to be thrown up on the finale slot. I think it should have just been a regular trailer, right? At least it wouldn't have been, I guess, like under the scope as much for people to look at, right? They could have just passed it and be like, "Oh, that kind of looks like cool. We'll try it later." But then now everyone's kind of like, "Yo, what is this? And why does it look so weird and bad?" Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it
Honestly,
plays really well.
Like, there's more like quote unquote marketing from people saying like, "What the fuck? This is coming out. What is this even?" Like more than actual marketing is happening. So I don't know what to say, man.
Maybe that's the marketing.
Oh yeah, you see Reddit with people being like, "What the fuck? This is coming out?" Yeah. Like that's what you're paying for. That's the marketing you pay for.
Yeah, that's the marketing you pay for to drive confusion, so people will play it on launch because they want to see like why it's so bad, and then bam, 100K concurrent players. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And that's when they post on Twitter, "This game's a success, guys. Look.
Yeah.
Look how many players we have."
Yeah, look at SteamDB. Look at the peak concurrent player count. That's gonna be the thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much it for me. Do you guys want to add anything, or you guys want to talk about anything going into next week? Any plans for gaming?
Nope, I'm good.
More Diablo.
Yeah, more First Descendant for me.
I'm gonna stream a little bit more Long Dark now that I'm back home.
Mm-hmm. I should get back to doing some Street Fighter here and there, but
I don't even know what you're doing in Long Dark. I think I watched like 5 minutes of it and I stopped.
Hey, it's a fun game. I like it.
Dixon, are you gonna be focusing on Enfield?
I will be doing as much as I can, probably, in whatever I have. I still have to run a bunch of different dailies anyways in my gacha, so but Enfield definitely is up there. So I don't know. Still, yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty good game. I have really no complaints about it. Maybe some of the action could be a bit better, but I think it's a pretty good game, so I'm definitely gonna continue playing it. I think I mentioned to you the whole PayPal fiasco is now, I think it's behind. I think they fixed it.
Crazy. Ridiculous.
So
ridiculous.
Yeah, right. So I don't know if let's talk about it real quick. It's gacha game Arknights Enfield came out recently, and I think it came out a few days ago. Came out on the Wednesday 21st, and as what most people do, rerolls are happening and whatever. And battle passes were being bought. And so what had happened is whoever used PayPal, and I'm not 100% sure exactly what was going on, but it seemed that if you used PayPal to purchase something with the client, it would randomly save your information to other people's accounts. So when they try to use PayPal, it wouldn't take their information, but it would take the saved information and it would go to get charged on their account. And so there's a bunch of pictures. I think I know I sent you guys a bunch with different, currencies and different like denominations of like battle passes and packs being bought and stuff. And people were like freaking out, like, what the fuck is this? I mean, there's a few people that actually said like, because they connected their PayPal with their banking account, that they were like needing a refund because they needed that money to pay for bills the next day. I thought that was crazy. Like, imagine waking up, checking your PayPal and seeing that you had zero balance from your bank account because everyone was buying shit on the game, but ended up using your information to purchase. Again, I don't know if this was, well, I mean, for sure it was a coding issue or whatever the fuck happened.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right?
Come on.
Yeah, but it's crazy. I think I don't think I've ever seen a gacha game launch with that kind of issue.
Yeah, they're gonna have to fix it all.
Yeah,
no, that's really just, so. What they happened?
Just reverse all the charges essentially.
Yeah, they basically said anything that's bought through PayPal has been fully refunded. Like I don't know if people kept whatever they bought, but it's like
they did.
all the charges on PayPal is just refunded. So okay, at least they got that part right. And like currently it's no PayPal, right? No.
Yeah, it's no PayPal for now. And then so people who bought that actually didn't spend money, they actually get to keep whatever they bought too. So I think that's kind of wild. Like.
Mm-hmm. Well, and again, it's an error though. Like what? Like you can't penalize people that way though.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
for sure,
like,
for sure.
They gotta do that.
Yeah, but I just think that's crazy. It's
yeah,
like
I don't think I've ever seen in a video game a fuck up that bad for like a payment thing.
Yeah, right. Like, man, imagine if I bought like $500 worth of stuff and then it was free. You know what I mean?
And I'd be like, hell yeah, man, this game's great.
Yeah, exactly. This game's amazing. Holy crap. But yeah, no, I think it's hilarious, and it is what other thing is funny is a lot of people are calling for compensation, and then the argument is that if it didn't affect you, it shouldn't be compensation for
you.
Like,
honestly, like what the fuck?
Like it wasn't like a server issue. It didn't affect your gameplay. So no, I don't think everyone in the game deserves compensation. I feel like they're going to do something just because, they want to make people happy still, right? So they'll probably do something, unfortunately.
They're going to make a PayPal event in game.
Yeah, they could do it to make the situation lighter.
They could. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think there's going to be something that's going to pop for a conversation, but I don't think it's really needed. The second thing I was going to say is like, see this, Jackie, this is why you got to check your statements, man. Shit like this.
Well, I have a PayPal app that will, it gives me notifications if shit happens.
No, for sure. I know PayPal's good with that. I have it too. So they're definitely like, if I saw something like that, I would have been like, what the fuck is going on? The other thing is, I don't know if I would have used PayPal to pay. I don't know if I would have. Maybe I would.
It's either that or actually use your credit card information. I don't know, man.
I usually have like I use a card that I don't really care about. So it's just that.
Dixon has a burner card, okay?
Yeah, I have a burner card. It actually says gacha only. But yeah, so there was that big drama. Like I said, I think it's past now, but definitely one of the more crazier things I've ever seen in a gacha game, or even any game. Like I don't think I've ever seen any game like start out with like some fuck up like that. So I don't know. I don't know. Anything else you guys want to say? Maybe we can call it here. If you guys got nothing else. I think you guys are saying you're gonna do some Long Dark and Street Fighter
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking about maybe I'll like do some gacha.
It's not a promise. I just want to. That's not. I'm not committing. First Descent is still, most of my game time, but
right. Alrighty, so we'll wrap this up here. So once again, if you guys are listening on Spotify or YouTube, make sure to follow us. Click that like, subscribe button. That'll be wonderful. And we will see you guys next week.
All right, see ya.
Have a good one.